Hi, everyone. My name is Allison Miller, and I'm here to share with you, exclusively for you, a Tiara Resource Circle member, a Tiara tool that I really love, and it's called Turtle Steps. We use the Turtle Steps in different ways. So this Tiara tool is where we use Turtle Steps for difficult emotions and situations. And the reason that I really love this tool is because I think all of us need some way to be able to increase the space between the stimulus and the response. It's very normal as a human being to have moments in life where we feel super triggered, hijacked. We might feel really hurt or rejected, feel misunderstood. We might feel enraged. We might feel lonely. We might feel really guilty. Oftentimes we can feel completely overwhelmed with how much is on our plate and all of our roles and responsibilities, and have these kind of intense emotional experiences and be dealing with really difficult situations. And in those situations, it's often quite challenging to connect with inner wisdom and know how to respond in a way that feels wise, that upholds our relationships, and that allows us to produce the results that we want. So this Tiara tool is a way for us to slow things down, reconnect with ourselves, and move back out into the world in a way that feels responsive and is less reactive. So let me tell you a quick little story about a couple of middle school turtles. And then I'm going to teach you the turtle steps, and I'm going to do the turtle steps right alongside you. It's something that we love to do at Tiara, is participate in everything that we teach. So there's two turtles in middle school. The first one is named Ralph. And Ralph keeps getting into fights with other turtles, sometimes even using his fists. So he ends up in the principal's office a lot. He really feels angry a lot of the time. And when he's doing his assignments in class, he gets really frustrated easily and ends up ripping up his papers, so his grades are not very good. Now, Ralph has a friend named Leslie, and Leslie's having a different problem. Leslie feels worried all the time. She's worried about what the other turtles think of her. She feels like she doesn't fit in and doesn't belong. And she worries about her family and worries about whether or not she's smart enough. And because she worries so much, she tends to actually avoid assignments. And so she's not doing very well in school either. Well, one day, Ralph and Leslie are walking home from school together, and they encounter the wisest, oldest turtle in the town. And they've heard that this turtle has helped other people with their problems, other turtles, I should say. And so they tell him about what's going on with their anger and their worry. And this wise old turtle, he smiles at them and he says, I think that there's something that you don't understand. You're carrying around the answer on your back. Every time you feel angry or worried or sad or upset, you need to go into your shell, relax, and think of one wise thing that you can do. So then he taught them the turtle steps, which I'm going to teach you now, and I will do them with you. So we have a Tiara tool, Turtle Steps for difficult emotions and situations. It's okay if you don't have it with you right now. You can just use a piece of paper. I'm going to pull it up on my screen so that you can see it with me. And here it is. So the first thing to do, you see in that top box next to the turtle, is choose a situation or an area where you tend to get stressed, upset, overwhelmed, hijacked, something where you know you're more vulnerable to going into a reactive mode. So go ahead, take a moment to think of that and write that down. And if you need more time, feel free to pause this video. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through these 4 steps here, and you can continue on this piece of paper. And if you don't have it, just follow along with me. Okay, so what's the first step? The first step, whenever something's going on and you can feel yourself getting vulnerable to reactivity, there's something really tough happening, you feel those intense, stressful, or difficult emotions, is always just to say how you feel. I feel stressed. I feel angry. I feel left out. Whatever it is, I feel misunderstood. Go ahead and describe and write it down right now. How do you feel in that situation? What are the emotions that are present? You could also write down what the sensations are in your body. If you feel like you're really not sure how to label the emotion, that's no problem. You can even just write down, I feel bad, I feel off, I feel triggered or upset. That's fine. When we say how we feel, we're giving ourselves a little bit more space away from the difficult situation, which is now beginning to create that space that I talked about earlier in terms of increasing the space between the stimulus and the response. So just take a moment right now and write that down. And again, pause this video if you need more time. Now I'll tell you, sometimes in my life, my husband will say something and I will feel super triggered. And usually how I feel is I feel small, young, like inadequate in some way. Maybe even a touch of unlovable or unworthiness comes up for me. And I get this real heavy sensation in my chest, right? And I just want to either lash out or sulk and sink away and withdrawal. Both are forms of reactivity that are not very effective in relating well to my husband. All right. Now, once you're clear about how you feel, even if it's just to say, I feel bad, then you're going to go to step 2. Step 2 is where you go into your shell and you relax, right? This might be going into another room, taking a few deep breaths, taking your arms and, touching your own face, hugging yourself, shaking out your body a little bit. Let your body get kind of heavy and relaxed, right? We want to, again, increase that space so there's a little bit of time for the intense emotions to metabolize through our body because they won't go on forever, right? So in our shell, we relax. That's step number 2. And if you like, you can write down any ideas that you have for yourself of what would help you in a difficult moment to relax in your shell a little bit. It's perfectly okay to say to someone, like I say to my husband sometimes, hold on a minute, I'm feeling triggered. I just need a moment. I need a little bit of time. Okay. Now, step number 3. This is your third turtle step. This is where from inside your shell, where you're a little bit more relaxed, you're going to think of one wise thing that you can do. One thing you can do that will help the situation. This is about choosing wise action, even if we can just come up with one thing. So for example, I might come out of my shell and say something to my husband like, hey, can we review what just happened? Here's what I heard you say. Is that what you said? Or what I heard you say was ... Here's what that meant to me. Here's how I interpreted that. Here's how I'm feeling. I wanted to check that out with you. That's entirely different than me guns a-blazing going after him from a reactive state when I haven't had a chance to say how I felt and go into my shell and think of one wise thing to do. So right now, I'd like you from inside your shell, right, from a little more relaxed state, see if you can think of in a situation that's difficult for you, that you experienced recently, what's one wise thing you could do? What's that one wise action? One thing that might help the situation. And if you need more time, please pause the video and take all the time you need. Step 4 is naturally to come out of your shell and take the action, right? And this might take courage. You might be trembling. So take your time, go slow. These 4 turtle steps are actually about creating new ways of relating to others and to ourselves, new ways of being, new ways of behaving and operating in the world. And we might not be programmed to do that yet. It might take a lot of practice. Let yourself be a beginner with it, but you want to come out of your shell and just focus on taking that one action. Really go slow. So you're welcome to write down for yourself any concerns you have about that, but write down what's the one action that you would commit to taking. So anytime you feel like there's a difficult emotion, a difficult situation, you feel the alarm bells of triggered, overwhelmed, really upset, hijacked, it's always a good time to practice the turtle steps. Say how you feel. Go into your shell and relax. Think of one wise thing you can do and come out of your shell and take that action. And if you practice those 4 steps again and again and again, they'll actually start to become second nature, and you'll be able to do them very quickly. So thank you so much for participating in this Tiara tool. I hope you found it helpful. I look forward to bringing many, many more to you. Please leave comments below, insights, anything you want to share with us. If you have a question you'd like to ask privately, please go to our Tiara Research Circle website and go ahead and ask a coach. There's a place where you can go to ask a coach, and you can email us privately and someone will get back to you to answer your question.